Hey, what's going on, guys? Here's another video for you. This is my Isengard collection. For those of you who don't know, Isengard is a side project of Fenris, who's one of the two people in Dark Throne. Dark Throne being a Norwegian black metal band. Isengard started in 1989, actually, which is fucking crazy, because that's pretty much right. Well, I think Dark Throne started around 88, if I'm not mistaken, but yeah, it's Fenris' side project. It's like, it's just a side project. He kind of goes through a lot of different genres throughout his short-lived discography. But, so in 1989, he released his first demo, and then he released two others in the following, 3 or 4 years. And then he released a compilation of those demos called Vinterskugge, which I guess some people consider his first full length, although on Metal Archives it says compilation, so I don't know, but I kind of just listened to this as a full length. I mean, the whole project's just really weird, in a really good way. The band I'd say they're similar to the most, if I were to pick, is definitely a lot of Urfaust kind of style. It's just really bizarre, but incredibly infectious and catchy. So anyway, Vinterskugge came out in 1994. It's split into 3 chapters. The first chapter, 1 through 7, track 1 through 7, is his Vandraren demo that came out in 1993. And then after that, track 8 to 12 is his Spectres over Gorgoroth demo that came out in 89 of August. Then chapter 3 is Horizons, which came out in 1991, I guess. So it's split up kind of oddly, but it's done pretty well. I really like the first demo, which is the first 7 songs. The title track, Vinterskugge, is a fucking classic. It's so catchy. I absolutely love that song. The thing that I feel like kind of defines Isengard more than anything else is his vocals. He's very... it's kind of like a mid-era Bathory sort of, almost like, it's a very folky kind of feel to his vocals, but it's really raw and very impulsive sounding at points, but it always works. So yeah, Vinterskugge is great. Love the riffs on that. The third song, a lot of these are in Norwegian, so I can't really pronounce them, but the third song is just straight up black metal, which is great, but it's very similar to what Dark Throne was doing at the time, so it's awesome. The production's just on point. And then you have songs, there's a couple of instrumentals which are cool. In the Halls and Chambers of Stardust, the Crystalline Heavens Open reminds me of kind of Burzum style, dungeon synth, kind of what Mortiz ended up doing. And then number 7, Naglfar, is one of my favorite songs by Isengard. It's so catchy, it's so goofy, it's so atmospheric. Part of the reason I love this band so much is because not all of their stuff, but certain songs, and specifically in an album we'll get to after this, are just so atmospheric in their own way. Not even so much Viking, a lot of people attribute them to, but just really ancient sounding and really archaic sounding, which I guess you could kind of say the same thing about Urfaust too. It's just kind of very ancestral feeling, albeit very chaotic and disjointed in a sense, but it still leaves you with that kind of atmospheric tinge. But so case in point, while they're not always like that, chapter 2, Isengard demo, Spectres over Gorgoroth, track 8 to 12. This is old school death metal. And it's really cool. I really like the production. I really like the inspiration he clearly had behind all these songs. I can hear a lot of old school Rotting Christ, maybe even some Autopsy or shit like that. Or I don't know, was Autopsy even around back then? they're really my go-to reference when it comes to death metal when it's slowed down. But yeah, it's a solid demo. I like it. I don't like it as much as the one before it, but it's good for what it is. Really good old school death metal. And then after that, Horizons, track 13 to 16 is very good. I like the song I like the most out of that is Storm of Evil. It's a very punky and very memorable. It's one of my favorite songs by him. The last track, or Our Lord Will Come, is a little too like. See, some of the stuff he gets into, particularly in the last thing he released, which I'm pretty sure is probably the last thing he's ever going to release, but was like the last compilation of songs that were unreleased, and a lot of the songs on there were like old school doom, which I'm like not too big into. Specifically the vocals and the guitar, just the chord progressions and shit like that. I'm just, I don't know. It never stuck with me. Like, don't get me wrong, I love Black Sabbath, but as far as like Pentagram and Saint Vitus and all them, I'm pretty lukewarm about. But I mean, whatever, it's one-off song on this demo. The rest of it's very good. There's some instrumental tracks as well. I like this compilation a lot. There's a lot of memorable moments on here. I would give this an 8 out of 10. So yeah, that's his first 3 demos compiled into one release. After that, he released in 1995 his first full length, and technically his only full length, but this is Hostmarke, or I hope I'm saying it right. I don't know. What an excellent fucking album. I mean, this is why I love this band so much. And this is what I was just talking about before, how like their music, yeah, it's goofy. Yeah, it's very, you know, not bombastic, but like boisterous and expressive and everything, but still retains that like ancient atmosphere to it. Like, I guess you could say Viking or folky, medieval, definitely medieval for sure. Just a lot of just thick atmosphere on it, and it's through the production, it's through his delivery with the vocals and whatnot, and I just absolutely love this album. I think this is better than, I would say, probably like 90%, 95% of Dark Throne's discography. Like, I could see it I can see it matching with like A Blaze in the Northern Sky, Under a Funeral Moon, Transylvanian Hunger. But I like this better than Panzerfaust. I like it better than fucking pretty much anything else they've ever done. This is what I fucking love this album. You have Nestle Pox, the opening track, so catchy, so memorable. The riffs are just fantastic. And then you go into the bizarre track 2, Land It, Og Have It, where it's just the vocals, and it's so bizarre, but it's so, I just love it, like the melodies and the atmosphere. I Kamp med Vette Christ, number 3, excellent song, excellent chorus. Number 4 is instrumental, more goofiness with the vocals. So it's not, he does like the kind of like yodeling thing, which is it's awesome. It's like unexpected. Then after that, the 5th song is a doomy track, but goddamn, it's a fucking awesome track. Like, it's, again, normally I don't like the old school doom shit, but fucking on point. Thornspawn Chalice is the song after, straight up black metal, excellent song, love the closing of that song. And then Total Death, the last song, is awesome. It's just like an old school Dark Throne song with blast beats. 9.5 out of 10. I absolutely love this album. I don't even know what fucking genre you would call this, but it's just fucking excellent. Check it out if you haven't already. Then after that, he didn't do anything for a long time, 25 years exact. Well, he released the EP in 2016 with 2 tracks that would later appear on the 2020 release, which is Varjeven, I don't know. It's this album, which is a compilation. Well, he records it as a full length, but it's technically a compilation of like kind of his last remaining songs that he had left over from like when he was doing Isengard. And it's a good album. It's a mixed bag. The first 3 songs are fucking excellent. Dragonfly, I love that song. I love the pace. The drumming's great. Fenriz has always been such a great drummer. Floating with the Ancient Tide, again, catchy ass fucking song. Now, I will say these songs are great, but they do not have the same atmosphere as like Hostmarke or even like Moments in Vinterskugge. It's very traditional feeling, and maybe that's just because the songs are so old, like he was kind of just finding his footing. So then the song after that, The Fright, has a cool like bluesy kind of feel to it. And then A Shape in the Dark and Slash at the Sun, I'm not big fans of. I don't like Slash at the Sun because it's like, I don't like the chorus. It's just annoying, and it's why I don't like old school like heavy metal shit. slash old school doom. I just don't like A Shape in the Dark, kind of for the same reason. And then the 7th song, Rock a Million, is a really fun punk song. It's like 2 minutes. I really like that song. The Light, the next song is totally forgettable. And then the last song, Solar Winds Mantra, is great. It's kind of like an acoustic or not distorted song with his vocals, and it's a really good closer. So overall, it's okay. There's a couple clunkers, but hey, we're probably never going to get an Isengard release again, so take what you can get, right? I mean, I'd probably give this a 7 out of 10. I'll listen to it from time to time. It still has that weirdness to it, which is great, but I'm just not into that old fucking heavy metal doom shit, so, you know, mixed bag. But yeah, Isengard, great band. They have a lot of good material. I would say more so than not. If you haven't checked them out, definitely give them a listen. It's a fun listen, if not anything else. And, yep, I'll catch you guys next time.